Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and welcome. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are building in Willow Creek today, and how many times am I going to say day? But we're building in Willow Creek. I do have a storyline for this particular home, and I did make the family. They will be available on the gallery. I'm not sure when. They might be available the same day. They might be the next day. It just depends on, well, they're finished, sort of. Anyway. They'll be available is what I'm saying. So if you want to play with them, you can. You, of course, could move your own family into this home. It's not super personalized, but kind of. But, I mean, you'll see. You'll see. So before we get into that, I do want to kind of explain something because you'll notice it. If you look to the right, the left, and across the street, you'll notice that these houses all kind of resemble one another. They're not the same by any means, but they do have similar color palettes. They do have the same fencing in the backyard. And my thought process is, other than the fact that they're in the same neighborhood, and where I am, neighborhoods tend to look the same, is that maybe they're part of like an HOA or something like that, and there are mandates or pre-approved items that you can use, like certain stones, certain wood paneling, certain steps, certain fencing, obviously, certain ways that you can landscape, stuff like that. Now, I did not grow up in a neighborhood, so I have no idea how realistic that is, but it sounded realistic, so I ran with it. If it's not, feel free to let me know. I really don't know. I seriously did not, that's not my reality. I grew up in the countryside with cows. We didn't have cows, but my neighbors did. We had woods. That's what we had. But anyway, so the family that I'm imagining for this home, it's not my usual story. It's a little bit sad, and I think I was inspired by some case studies that I've been kind of like working on and stuff like that with school. I am a family sciences major. I'm actually returning to college. So for those of you who know me, you already know this. I am 28. So I attended school right out of high school, and I went for about I was a junior. And then I actually left and then went to a different school and hated it and left again. I was going through some things. We're not gonna dive into that, but I am a returning student. I should be finished next spring, and I'm a family sciences major. Anyway, that was a really long way to get about to this story. So we have a young girl. Her name is Tallulah, and she is probably about 7 or 8. 7 or 8, I would say. And she is orphaned, for lack of a better word. There's no easy way to say that. Both of her parents have died. I haven't fleshed out that part of the story because I don't really, The Sims isn't that tragic. It's hard to kind of make that happen, but I'm thinking that maybe they went on a vacation, so they were young when they had her, like right out of high school young, and this was kind of like, she's old enough, she can stay with a babysitter for a few days, we can get away and kind of reconnect. And they did, and something happened. Maybe they were in El Salvadorada, and the cave, like you can explore caves there, right? They're exploring something, jungle, whatever, and something tragic obviously happened. Things didn't go to plan and they didn't return. So the mother, she has a sister, and one of them is named Rachel and one is Regina, and I think Regina's the mom, so I think the aunt is Rachel. Steps up. So the aunt and her husband, they live in Brindleton Bay, which, for those of you who don't play The Sims, that's like the New England area. Willow Creek, which is where we are, is kind of like Louisiana. It's kind of the South, although it snows here. So, do what you will with that information. But so they're like, of course we'll step up. Of course we'll take her. What do you like? Yeah, it's not even a question. And they pack everything. They quit their jobs. They sell their house and they move from Brindleton Bay all the way down to Willow Creek, because in their minds, they're like, she just lost her parents. So we absolutely cannot ask her to leave behind her friends, her school, everything she's ever known. Like, that's too big of a change. We can't do it. And I think that's actually really, I was going to say authentic, but that's not the right word. But I could see it happening. Like, here's my thing. So just because Tallulah, which is the little girl's name, I don't know if I said that, I can't remember, but just because she's young does not mean that she's not experiencing the full depth of the emotion. So she's still dealing with grief and tragedy and change and the anger that she probably doesn't understand at such a young age. But it's still, the full impact of the emotion. She may not understand it, but she's still feeling it. And that's important to recognize and acknowledge, I think. So I think it's really class of them to take that into consideration and make this adjustment as easy as they can. So like I said, they've moved up here. They maybe Tallulah's parents were renting a home, so she didn't really have anywhere to go anyway. So they purchased this home. Now this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. So it's really ideal for threesomes. Any more than 3 and it might be chaotic. But they've chosen this. They're like, okay, well, this is not the best of times, but we're going to make this our home. Now, I was thinking that the uncle, and I cannot think of his name to save my soul, was a fisherman back in Brindleton Bay. And so if you notice, there was a back gate leading out to the river. I thought maybe that'll be his way of connecting with Tallulah, because realistically, if they lived that far away, they probably weren't seeing her that often. They definitely were not seeing her in her day-to-day life. So any sort of relationship they had was probably not like the best. Well, that's not fair. It just wasn't that deep, I guess, is the word that I want. So, and now they stepped into this role of, well, I'm the parent figure, but I'm the aunt or I'm the uncle. So how do I navigate this? And there's no right or wrong way to navigate that. That's some murky water. I'm going to go back to that fishing theme there. It's murky water. So his thought, I think, is, well, I'm going to teach her how to fish. I don't know what to do with the kid because they don't have kids. And so, yeah, he's kind of figuring it out as he goes. He's also the gardener. If you saw those flower plots, he is definitely an outdoorsy sim. Now, he is not an animal lover. He does not want any pets in the home. He thinks pets do not belong inside unless they are contained in something. And our sweet baby angel, Tallulah, wants a cat real bad. Like, she's obsessed, and I think it's precious. And it's definitely reflected in her room. And we'll get to that in just a moment. And then to kind of give you some backstory on the aunt, since we are now on the inside, she is very vivacious. That's the word I'm going to use. She is the warm, motherly type, even though she didn't have kids. Like, she's the one that she's going to walk up to you and give you a hug, even if you didn't ask for it. And you're not even going to be mad about it because it just feels good. You know what I'm saying? And she does like really bright colors. Not necessarily like rainbow bright, but she likes something to be alive. She wants it to feel alive. So you see pops of orange, pops of blue. You'll see these bright colors downstairs as we kind of fill this in. It was intentional. Now I do delete the rugs and I replace them. I did that because I use that rug a lot. I don't know why. I love it. It's from laundry day. Love it. I love that rug. So I change it because I can't keep using the same items. I also changed the dining room chairs. Now, all of that's done off camera because I was playtesting and changed it. And just didn't record it because it was so small. I hope you don't mind. But that was just me trying to branch out, make things a little, different, switch it up. I also placed that hand twice and did not realize that until just now. So you're going to see that in the bedroom too, but maybe that has a significant meaning. I don't know what the meaning would be, but we're going to go with that because otherwise I just use the same item twice and that's kind of embarrassing. So we're going to pretend like it has significant meaning. I mean, you're all hip to the secret, but like, it's fine. I trust you. I do change those dining room chairs. I don't change the table. I think I already said that. I use those chairs a lot too because they're my favorite in that swatch only. I don't like the other swatches. But I do change them. I don't remember to what, but you'll see in the screenshots. I definitely throw a flamingo in the yard because I thought it was funny. And then I'm just decorating. This is, I guess, the entry space. And there's no real like foyer or anything like that, but there is a spot to kind of drop your keys. You can kind of kick off your shoes, which you'll see in just a moment. I do put a shoe rack. It's just like a welcome home. Please don't track dirt in here and stay a while. Enjoy. Be comfortable. I do give Tallulah a little play corner downstairs. I think that's very realistic to have a play corner in like living spaces. One, it's not fair to have the kids shut up in their room all the time. I mean, it is a great thing for them to have a space to go, but it's not realistic, right? Like if they're that young, you want to keep an eye on them at some point. Or and also, if she's dealing with heavy emotions like bereavement, anger, denial, we all know what death can do. You don't really want them alone, right? Like you want to have, even if they're just like cleaning the kitchen and listening to the CD at the same time as, you know, she's playing with her dollhouse, that's still communication. And that's still saying on some level, I see you, you're safe, we're here for you, you know, I'm not going anywhere. And I think that's important. It's important, you know, not all communication is verbal. Such a family science nerd. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's just who I am. It's just who I am. So I am doing the kitchen. The parenthood tile actually that you see did inspire the entire downstairs. I liked it enough, and I did try to make that black countertop work throughout. Couldn't do it. I switched it to the green. I'm glad I did. I like the two-tone. It's not something I do all the time, and I don't think it's something I will do anytime soon because it's not appropriate for most builds, but I thought it worked here. You'll have to let me know. Does it work? I think it works. Obviously I left it, but I mean, you know, that's just me. I am one opinion among many. So if you disagree, please feel free, let me know. And the kitchen is not super cluttered. I didn't think that the aunt, I can't remember her name, I think it's Rachel, I don't think she owns a lot of stuff. And I think what she does have has meaning, but it doesn't quite go together because she's a collector of things, but not a collector of, not like a hoarder. You know what I mean? I hope so. I move on to the one and only bathroom. You will see that the backyard is already decorated. I had to re-record the bathroom and part of Tallulah's bedroom. I don't really want to talk about it, but what had happened is I was recording the wrong monitor. And I was so mad that I did it, but I redid it and it's fine. It worked out. It's fine, but it was kind of a bad day. I pouted about it for like maybe an hour. I'm not even being dramatic. It was a while. But our sweet little angel baby likes soccer. She likes the color blue and she loves cats. And you can see that it just in everything that she does. So maybe she's going to be a vet. Maybe she'll grow up to be an athlete. Maybe she'll go to college on an athletic scholarship and become a veterinarian. I don't know. Really, the sky's the limit, but those are her likes. She could be an artist. I mean, girl, she's got potential. She can own it. So she can do what she feels. That's what I say. I'm not about putting limits on people. That's not my place. I give her this little dresser area. I was going to do a desk, decided against it. I figured like this is the kind of house that would do homework at the kitchen table. It just is what it is. I did give her a fishbowl. Now I'm thinking that the fishbowl will be maybe the first, like maybe they catch a guppy. She catches one with her uncle and they kept it because it was the first fish. And I don't know what they'll name it. I haven't gone that deep, but that was my idea for that fishbowl if you want to use that. And I will say I placed the empathy bear, the little bear with the doctor kit on purpose because again, if she's dealing with these heavy emotions like losing a parent, she's going to need something to help her process it. And kids are often given tools like toys to help process emotions because they can act out what they're feeling when they can't express it. And also, fun fact, or it might not be a fun fact, but it is a fact regardless, kids don't actually develop the ability to have empathy or to feel empathy until they're about 3. So, well, 3 or 4. So she's about 7 or 8. She's not been doing this for long, so she still needs guidance. And that is just a helpful tool to help her learn. And I think in game they learn empathy as well. I'm pretty sure. I don't do a lot of gameplay with the empathy doll, I'm not gonna lie to you, but that was intentional. That was a little detail that I was kind of proud of, so I wanted to make sure I highlighted that. Now you'll notice the adult room here is very muted compared to the rest of the house. I think this is just a appropriate way to show that there are 2 different personalities sharing this room. It's not just one sim. I hate the idea that someone would have to sacrifice their bedroom space because this is supposed to be where you relax, you wind down, you're sleeping. It should be restful, right? I hate the idea that one half of the couple would have to sacrifice like what they want in a bedroom space. So I like to think that they came together and this was their solution to I want color, but I also understand that you need a restful space. But that, I mean, that's just my head. And some people don't care. They're like, whatever, it's a bedroom. Like I can deal with whatever you throw at me as long as I have a pillow and a blanket. So he may not be bothered. I don't know. I do give them a hot tub. Now my thinking behind the hot tub, other than that it's a hot tub, is that maybe when Tallulah is in bed, they kind of sit here, they gather their thoughts, and they're like, okay, are we screwing her up? Are we doing the right thing? Is she okay? I'm in over my head. I'm out of my depth. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a crazy person right now. So basically this is like neutral territory. Like it's both of theirs. It's a space for them to share and kind of support one another. And I think that's important to have as well for adults. You know, it's not just all about the kids. Like, you're out there doing the best you can, and they became a family overnight. They were not expecting this. So they're like, what is happening? I am a crazy person. So I will actually leave you guys here. This is pretty much it for the build. I'm going to finish up the backyard, and then you'll hit those screenshots. Now you'll notice in the description below, I do leave my Twitter, I leave Instagram, and I think I'm gonna link Twitch as well. Feel free to follow me on those platforms if you want to. You absolutely don't have to. There is no pressure. You can also feel free to leave me a comment, or you can reach out to me if you want to give me feedback. I seriously always welcome feedback, even if it's just a comment like I liked that. You know, all of it's helpful. Again, no pressure. Do what you feel comfortable doing. You do not have to do that at all. I just appreciate it. I like to hear it. And on that note, I will see you guys on Sunday when I post my next video, and I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely week. Bye guys.